Hi, I'm Ariadne Rodriguez, and in this video I'm going to explain stoichiometry by comparing it to following a recipe. Stoichiometry is all about using ratios to figure out how much of each substance you need in a chemical reaction, and basically the same thing you do when you cook. What is stoichiometry? In chemistry, stoichiometry means using a balanced chemical equation to calculate how much reactant you need or how much product you'll make. In cooking, a recipe tells you what ingredients you need, how much of each ingredient you need, or what you end up with in the end. So ingredients equals reactants, food equals products, and recipe ratios equals mole ratios. For the recipe analogy, let's say I'm following a recipe for sandwiches. The recipe says 2 slices of bread and 1 slice of cheese. This means 2 bread plus 1 cheese equals 1 sandwich. This is like a balanced chemical equation because the amounts are fixed. If you change the amounts, the result changes. Limiting ingredient. This is the key stoichiometry idea. If I have 10 slices of bread but only 2 slices of cheese, I can only make 2 sandwiches, because the cheese runs out first. In chemistry, this is called limiting reactant. The limiting reactant is the substance that runs out first and limits how much product you can make. Now for another example, stoichiometry example with math. Now I'll show you a real chemistry example. A balanced equation, let's say 2 with H2 plus oxygen with the exponent on the bottom that is 2 with 2 on the other reactant, which is H2O. This tells us 2 moles of hydrogen react with and 1 mole of oxygen to make 2 moles of water. Let's say I have 4 moles of hydrogen and 1 mole of oxygen. This is the step 1. Use the mole ratio. The ratio of hydrogen is 2:1. Step 2, compare what I have. 4 moles H2 would need 2 moles for the oxygen with the exponent on the bottom of 2, but I only have 1 mole of and 1 oxygen with the exponent of 2, so oxygen is the limiting reactant. For step 3, I would find the product. Since 1 mole of oxygen makes 2 moles of water, I can only make 2 moles of H2O. This is like not having enough cheese to tell us that we can use all the bread. Now, why does stoichiometry matter? Stoichiometry is important because it helps chemists to avoid wasting materials, predict how much product will form, control reactions safely, just like cooking. If you don't measure ingredients correctly, your food won't turn out right. Now, for a little warm-up to summarize this all, stoichiometry is following a recipe. Reactants are ingredients. Mole ratios are recipe ratios. The limiting reactant is the ingredient that turns out first. Now, understanding stoichiometry helps make chemistry more organized, predictable, and accurate, just like cooking with a good recipe. Thank you.